Welcome to the Jersey Barrier, where we love highways, and for this special holiday special episode, we love New Jersey. Today we're talking about the most New Jersey of all roads, the Garden State Parkway. Garden State Parkway is a pretty awesome road. It goes from the beaches of South Jersey in Cape May all the way up to the New York state line, going through the suburbs of New York. Here's our interchange to start the Garden State Parkway, with our sign for north, the Garden State Parkway, for the control city of Garden State Parkway. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but New Jersey is gonna New Jersey. And we also get North Cape May for a U-turn, which is kind of funny. We'll look at that one later. And we get a welcome to New Jersey, which is very odd considering we are about as far into New Jersey as you could possibly get. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think it's more of a welcome to the New Jersey toll roads, because New Jersey loves saying welcome to their toll roads. Makes you feel really happy to be on the toll road. At these random interchanges, we just get toll parkway entrance north. I'm not going to show you all of them, but they don't have many control cities on the GSP, and I don't agree with that at all, but if I find one, it will be on here. And here's one of our control cities. We get the Atlantic City Expressway, and we get signed north for Toms River. Toms River is not very big. It kind of ignores the big game here, which this is the fastest route to New York City. So, we should be signing the biggest city in the country, a world-class city, New York City. There's no reason to not sign it. And on the Atlantic City Expressway, we do get just this little off to the side sign for Parkway North, New York. No reason to put the emblem up there. No, definitely not. And we get another Parkway entrance north. Go figure. But we do get a US 9 north for Garden State Parkway and Woodbridge. And then we also get Lakewood and New York, which I think Lakewood should be the secondary, and then New York, obviously, the primary here, because it is the biggest place that the Garden State Parkway will serve. And we get our exit for Brick and Lakewood. I think it's just kind of funny that it's just Brick. There's a place called Brick. I don't know. It's kind of funny to me. And in Brick, we do get Garden State Parkway north for Woodbridge, which, again, I don't agree with, but New Jersey's going to be provincial here. And now the Parkway will divide. We will get the express lanes for Woodbridge. It'll be 22 miles that you cannot exit the Garden State Parkway. And then we'll get all exits keep right. Here's our toll apparatus. We get basically the same one every time. Close to 95, we get Garden State Parkway to 95 in the Jersey Turnpike, and we get 287, Woodbridge, and Staten Island. We actually have Staten Island spelled out, so at least we don't have Staten is, because I don't know what Staten is. And now we get north for the Garden State Parkway. You really don't even need to put a green sign up here. You could literally just take a circular piece of aluminum and throw a Garden State Parkway emblem on it, just a big aluminum circle, and just throw it up onto the gantry. That'd be kind of funny looking, but it would basically convey the same message. But we actually do get a control city. We get the GSP north for Newark, which Newark here I don't necessarily agree with, because it's just at 78. It's actually the faster route to take 78 to Newark, so having it signed north for Newark here doesn't make a lot of sense. It's actually slower. Where I think it should be signed for Newark is at 95, just because even though it's not quite the fastest route in Newark, there's a lot of traffic on 95, so it would probably be more advantageous and a lot less traffic to go on the GSP to get to Newark. And now we get north for the Garden State Parkway. We don't get anything. So we're not going to be signed for anything here. I think it should probably be Patterson at this point, because 19 will go to Patterson. Now we get a pull through for GS Parkway instead of Golden State Parkway. That's not the right parkway. I'm at the Garden State Parkway. Good job. No. Now we meet 17. It'll be signed north for Mawa. And New Jersey 17 is very New Jersey of a road. So that might be in a future episode. Stay tuned. And we get welcomed into New York because we don't really pass anything on the way up, and we'll just be New York. Awesome. And that'll be basically the end of the GSP, and so we'll turn around, we'll go into 87 and 287, where we'll be signed for Garden State Parkway, South for New Jersey. Actually, there's no South there, but they just put Garden State Parkway and New Jersey, which they could probably sign Newark here, since Newark is big. It's the biggest city in New Jersey, and the Parkway goes there, so put Newark in there. And then we get Welcome to New Jersey, the Garden State Parkway again, and we get our Parkway entrance south, so no control cities, of course. New Jersey not really taking anything very seriously here. I don't understand. If you're gonna make the biggest road in your state, you should sign it pretty seriously, or at least, act like you have cities in your state. And we'll get 17 South for Paramus and the George Washington Bridge. That's a good sign. But we don't get a pull-through, which you would think we get a pull-through right here, since Route 17 is a pretty major route. And at our little minor junction, we get Garden State Parkway South for Saddlebrook. I've never even heard of Saddlebrook. And now we get south again for no trucks. And now after Newark, right in the Woodbridge area, we get our split. Parkway divides for 22 miles, and we have our express lanes for Ashbury Park. I've also never heard of Ashbury Park, so this is a very odd sign. I imagine Ashbury Park is probably the first city that you can exit to, but still you can put something bigger here like Lakewood or Atlantic City. Even Tom's River wouldn't be that bad, but Ashbury Park, come on. And now in Lakewood, which I think Lakewood should actually be the sign for the whole route from Newark, just because Lakewood is very large and it's growing quickly. I think it grew something like 40,000 people in the last 10 years. It's now up to 130,000 people. It's a pretty big place. But now we're signed for South Tom's River instead of Atlantic City. It should definitely be Atlantic City, but this Tom's River sign is very bad. I mean, it's just, Tom's River is not that big, and Atlantic City people actually know about. So, sign Atlantic City, please. You can be in-state provincial. I mean, you kind of have to at this point, but you can be provincial and sign something that people might know about. And we meet the Atlantic City Expressway, and we don't get any signs for the Garden State Parkway South. We get just exit 7S. But we do get, on one of these random interchanges, we do get GSP South for Cape May, which after Atlantic City is definitely the right choice. And now we get exit 0, and is that a stoplight? Exit 0 is the stoplight too, so that, I don't know why they put an exit 0 there. It's not really necessary, but let's look at this interchange a little bit closer in Cape May. Whoa, that's a lot of loops and things like that, and you would think that this is an interchange. Well, no, it's a stoplight, and in true New Jersey fashion, we are going to be using a Jersey jug handle, which is actually terrible. They have a lot better ways that they can do this. And here's what I would do here. I would actually put in a CFI, a continuous flow intersection. I would displace the left turn traffic to the left side before, so they could be going through phase 1 of the signal while the GSP traffic is going through. And then during phase 2, you can make your left turns and have the traffic get on the GSP at the same time. And now you don't have to worry about that left turn traffic out of the GSP. You don't have to worry about it sitting at 2 stoplights instead of 1. So it basically accomplishes the same thing, except now that jug handle traffic does not have to sit through 2 different stoplights. So I think that is a great improvement. And that'll wrap up our GSP adventures. We will have what was signed. I mean, there wasn't really much signed. So north, it was really just the GSP, and then Tom's River, and then New York, sort of, Lakewood, sort of, Woodbridge, sort of. They don't really take any of it really too seriously, except maybe Woodbridge, and then they just signed the GSP again. And southbound, they signed the GSP, and then Saddlebrook and Ashbury Park and Tom's River, and then Garden State Parkway again, and then Cape May. It's all a mess. They don't really take any of their signage seriously, and so it's kind of hard to really say that their signage is bad, because it's all bad, but it's hard to actually make an opinion on the cities they actually sign, because they don't really sign any. So pretty terrible. But what would Jeremy do? I would definitely make some changes. I would first sign it north for New York City. I mean, come on. The fact that it's not signed for New York City at every interchange is just ridiculous. I mean, or even like Lakewood or Atlantic City or Woodbridge or whatever. But I mean, at your major junction, it should 100% be signed for New York City every single time, without a doubt. After that, I would sign Newark, and then I would sign Patterson, I would sign Hackensack, and then I would sign for White Plains and the Cuomo Bridge. And then after Route 17, I would sign it for Newburgh and White Plains to cover both directions on 287. And then you can also sign the Cuomo Bridge as well. For southbound, I would sign it south for Newark right away, and then you can use Patterson as a secondary. I would then sign for Lakewood instead of Atlantic City or anything else. Lakewood is the biggest city that the GSP will go through for the rest of its length. And then I would sign Elizabeth and Woodbridge as your secondaries. Then I would sign for Atlantic City right out of Lakewood, with Tom's River a brief secondary, because Tom's River is basically right next to Lakewood. Another reason why I think Tom's River is a terrible sign. And then we would obviously get Cape May after that, and I think that would be the best way to do it. And we have our little Travel America sign and Travel New Jersey sign. Travel New Jersey just basically gives you an idea of all the biggest cities in New Jersey, or the biggest places that the GSP goes to. So I think that would be pretty cool. And if states wanted to do that on their interstates or whatnot, just put in the 3 or 4 biggest places that the road goes to, then it would be kind of cool. You could be in-state provincial at your state line, but then also on your regular control cities, sign something that's actually somewhat useful. And that'll wrap up this holiday special edition of the Jersey Barrier. We will be talking about the part 3 next week. Stay tuned. It'll be a very fun one. It'll be an awesome one. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. Have a good day, guys. Peace out.